We are on 4th Street in Albuquerque, and we are on the pre-1937 route of Route 66. And this is an interesting mural that I found here. That's nice. It says the artist was Nanaba Nani Chacon. And this mural was done in 2015. This mural sits at B. Roop Drugs. You can tell that's an old sign, so this is obviously a authentic Route 66 relic. And then right across the street, there's another really neat mural on the side of a church. That's pretty cool. Alright, we're at 1303 4th Street Southwest in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and this is the Red Ball Cafe, home of the Wimpy Burger. Located on the pre-1937 alignment of Route 66 since 1922, the Red Bull Cafe and Wimpy Burger have been a part of New Mexican history. And it is still open. It is open right now. So it has been here for 99 years. I'll show you their sign here. Yeah, Red Ball Cafe, home of the Wimpy Burger. This is the side of the cafe. That looks like a fun place. Looks like a good place to eat, actually.
Okay guys, this is Hotel Andaluz. It's Conrad Hilton's 4th hotel, built in the 30s. Okay, but you know what's really cool? It's haunted big time. Man, the stories. But it had a big renovation in 2008. It's gorgeous and beautiful. But they say there's like a woman that likes to roam around in 1940s clothing and to roam the hallways. Another older woman in a pink dress likes the 4th floor. And apparitions go on the 2nd floor ballroom. But there's some actual people that have mentioned their experiences here. This one lady named Catherine, she was here on a conference in like 2006, and she went to the ladies' room and she was washing her hands, and she saw somebody in the mirror in these 40s clothing. This lady, she actually talked to her and said, "Nice clothes, where did you get them?" And the lady says, "I don't remember." And then she said, Is the hotel closed already? Well, when Catherine turned around, she wasn't there. Ooh, creepy. So she went back to her conference all freaked out. And there is a guy that actually worked on the remodels for a couple of years. And said he was putting in AC units in the rooms, and he would, you know, unwrap them, that cellophane, and ball it up and throw it in the middle of the room. Well, all of a sudden he heard it rustling. That cellophane was rustling around. He could hear it. He turned around and it was sliding across the floor by itself. He hightailed it out of that room real quick. But they were working on some AC units way up on the top here. And it's like 3 o'clock in the morning because they had to block the road for a big crane. Well, you know, somebody said, they felt like there was somebody watching them. And they said, they turned around and there's like a little girl was there and disappeared, something like that. But another time, he was looking down a hallway and a guy was walking in a suit. Walking down the hallway, he yelled down that nobody was supposed to be there. So he said, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here." He followed him and he disappeared into a room. And when he got to the room, the guy wasn't there. So stuff like that, man, all over. Then there's another lady that was staying there. About 2005 it was. And she was traveling alone. She went to the bar and she had heard this place was haunted. And she asked the bartender a couple times. I heard all kinds of stories. So, you know those little infinity mirrors, the ones that you can like move and you see like weird movement. Well, she was looking into one of those and she did that thing. And then she put her hand down. Then somebody waved back at her. Ooh! Then she goes to her room, right? And the bartender had previously told her that a maid had fell down an elevator shaft there and died. And supposedly she likes to roam around in the hotel. Well, she heard the neighbor guy snoring. They had an adjoining room, and but she kept on hearing little kids running down the hallway, and she poked her head down in the hallway out the door, and she could hear doorknobs jiggling. Like, you can hear them when old doorknobs, you jiggle the doorknobs. Well, she went ahead and shut her door, and then she went to lay down and she heard her doorknob jiggle. She just covered up her blankets and laid down. Well, then all of a sudden her sink comes on. And she could hear the water running. She runs into the bathroom. She tries to turn it off. It won't turn off. It's the cold water won't turn off. It's cold water. And she turned the knob back and forth. And when she off, she said, "Stop it!" And it stopped. And she was so agitated by this. She went back to bed. She was thinking to herself, she said, "Okay, the guy next door, if I scream, he'll hear me." So she went to go lay back down. She starts to doze off. A vacuum cleaner comes on in her room, but there's no vacuum cleaner. And okay, all she did is grab her purse. She left all her stuff, went to another hotel, came back the next day and got her stuff. Okay, but anyway, let's go take a look at that front there. This is cool, man. There are so many stories.
All right, we're located at Copper and 2nd Street. That's where the Hotel Andaluz is. And the Hotel Andaluz has a tapas and wine bar called Moss inside of it. And we'll take a look at the front entrance here. It's a beautiful place. They have valet parking out front. There we go, the Andaluz.
Okay, another thing about the Hotel Andaluz. There was a security guard that was working here in 2009. He said the fire alarms kept going off and he had to call the engineers. He said, no, why they didn't know, but it happened numerous times. Also, several times. On every room, number 10, on each floor, the lights would come on. All the way up and down the building. Every floor. Room 10. Like 210, 310, whatever. They'd all come on at the same time, and you have to go and shut them all off. It had happened numerous times. Another time, a lady complained that something brushed up against her and slapped her. Actually slapped her face. And she hightailed out of there. They had to give her money back because she was terrified. That's from a security guard. So this place, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about this. The people that worked here, they've seen apparitions and shadows and people just in the 40s and stuff. This is cool, man. I'd love to stay here, but we're in the RV and we have pets. So, all right, guys, let's keep going. Okay, guys, we're at 421 Central Avenue Northwest. This is the Kimo Theatre, and it was built in 1927. Isn't that pretty cool? Wow. Cool. So, they used to let you in between 11 and 3 during the weekdays. They're still closed up right now. Okay, it was damaged by a fire in 1960. And they were going to demolish it, but the city bought it in the 70s and they've refurbished it, and this is beautiful. But there's some stories about this place, I'll tell you. Cool. Take it off this. Oop. It's pretty neat. Okay, let me tell you a little story about this place. Okay. Wow. It's huge. There's a little boy named Bobby Darnell that died in a boiler explosion. And he likes to play games with performers and stuff like that. That's what I heard. So performers have this ritual of leaving donuts out for him before they start getting on stage and performing, so he doesn't play his little tricks. And also there's supposed to be a lady that runs around in a bonnet that roams the hallways. So it says 1927. Oh my. It says here, architects Carl Bowler and George Williamson. Art Deco, the Pueblo Art Deco style. And its name means the king of its kind. And that was dedicated in 1979. Okay, pretty cool. Awesome. It's a shame we couldn't go in. I'm sure it's just exquisite. Awesome. So, it's beautiful.
All right, we found a Madonna of the Trail. We had another one that we found earlier along our adventure here on Route 66 in Upland, California. I believe there's 3 of them along in the States along Route 66. This statue was dedicated September 27th, 1928. It's since been moved to this location. It's been relocated. We're on the corner of 4th and Marble in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And we'll take you around this and show it to you. Into the primitive west, face upflung towards the sun, bravely she came, her children beside her. Here she made them a home, beautiful pioneer mother. And this is not actually on Route 66, but it's very close. It was actually part of the National Old Trails Road. It says, to the pioneer mother of America, through whose courage and sacrifice the desert has blossomed, the camp became the home, the blazed trail, the thoroughfare. And on the front it says NSDAR Memorial to the pioneer mothers of the covered wagon days. And if you look up on top, she has one child holding on to her skirt She's holding one child in her arms, and she has a rifle in her hand. Almost looks like it was a musket.
It was designed by August Limbach. He's from St. Louis. But there's supposed to be, what, 12 of these? But there's only 3 on the route, right?
I believe so.
Strange RV tours will take you places with Greg and Janet's smiling faces. You might see a crazy flavored soda review or some tips to fix your RV too. So come along, won't you join us, friend, as we discover what's around the bend. Just sit right back in your easy chair. Strange RV Tours is on the air. Strange RV Tours is on.